Good morning. It's Lori. I'm going to do a tag today. Right now, I'm cleaning up my mess, in case you wondered, because I brewed a cup of coffee to take with me, and I didn't put a cup under it. Yeah. So, but we're going to change this day. We're not going to have that kind of day. I'm getting my espresso ready now. I'm just going to make an iced espresso and take that with me today. And I'm going to work on my tag. I was tagged by Nona Grace. Thank you, Nona Grace, for tagging me. I haven't done a tag in a long time. So, and I like tags. Uh, she was tagged by Life with Patty. And if you haven't seen Life with Patty's channel, you should go look at her channel too. And I will be linking her tag video down below, and as well as Nona Grace, of course. And I'll put their channel tags down there somewhere too, whether it's in a pinned comment or in the description box. Either way. And as far as tagging people, I like to tag people first instead of waiting till the end. That way you know if you were tagged. So I'm struggling a little bit with who to tag, because a lot of the people that I used to tag on a regular basis kind of aren't making videos right now. But let me just say that consider yourself tagged by me if you feel like doing this tag, because, tags are just fun. And I would like to tag one person for sure, and that would be Suzanne at Suzanne's Bright Lines, because I know she likes to do tags. So I will tag her. I don't want anybody to get tagged that doesn't want to do tags, or that doesn't want to do this particular one, maybe. I don't know. But one person that I considered tagging, I'm going to mention you, because if you want to do it, go for it. And if not, hey, you're not going to hurt my feelings at all. Okay. Just say, hey, it's not my thing. So, or just don't do it. Just ignore it completely. And that's fine too. But I almost tagged you, Terry. Did you know I was going to say your name? You probably wondered, oh no, is she going to say me? Well, yeah, I was going to tag Terry Least, but I thought, she doesn't really, I've never really seen her do a tag. So if you want to do it, go for it. I think it'd be fun to watch and see your answers. If not, that's fine too. Okay, hang on a sec. Let me get this started. Okay, I've got my espresso going, so I mic'd up so that you can hear the noises in the background. Josh is still asleep. He's got his noise machine on in the other room. So between that and the espresso machine, you might be able to hear that background noise. If so, I'll listen to this over again and I'll do it over. But anyway, first question, how often do you? This is, okay, let me start out by saying, this is a how often do you tag. So how often do you do these different things? There's 16 questions. So how often do you wash your sheets? So I change my sheets every 2 or 3 weeks, more like 3. A lot of people do it weekly. Even when I watched Patty, she said some people do it 2 or 3 times a week. There's no way. I'm not doing it 2 or 3 times a week. You're lucky if it gets done every 2. I'm going to say every 3 weeks. All right. Next question. How often do you mop your floors? So I spot mop my floors whenever they need it, pretty much. Sometimes it's every day. Other times it's a couple times a week. I'm not going to lie. But I used to do it once a week. On my day off, I used to do it once a week, but that was when I had a couple of days off a week every week. I don't have that anymore. So things don't get done as often as they did before, because I'm working more jobs now. So they just don't get done as often. And I'm fine with that, guys. I'm not ashamed of that at all. And you shouldn't be either if you want to answer these questions. I try once a week to get to really like pulling things out and going under things and around the edges really good and throughout the whole house. And I try to make sure I do that once a week, but it doesn't always happen. I got to finish this up, get going to work, but I am going to be answering these questions throughout the day because I like to take you guys with me. So we're just going to answer tag questions today. I'll be back in just a second. And I'm off to work. I'm off to my first job of the day. And I just want to say, like I said, no shame. No shame here. But I looked at these questions when I first got tagged. I looked at the questions and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to answer these. You know, I'm looking at like the first question or the third question or whatever. I'm looking through it through the questions. I'm thinking, ooh, gosh, I probably should be doing that one way more often than I do. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. So whatever you hear, it is what it is. What it is. And I've said before, I don't like that saying, but yeah. Anyway, here I am saying it again. All right, so let me tell you something. I clean for a living. All right, that's what I do. Clean for a living, and most of my houses, not most, about half of them, I would say, they don't clean in between times of me being there. I do their cleaning. I mean, they do like the essentials, they wash their dishes and wipe down their countertops and stuff like that, keep things picked up and stuff, but they don't really clean in between times. And most of my houses, I do every 2 weeks. I have two of them that I do weekly, but they really don't clean in between times. So, and I usually make beds and change sheets and stuff like that too. And I had to pay attention for a minute. I had to be quiet and pay attention for a minute because we had some road work, of course. What else? But how often do you vacuum your carpets or rugs? Well, I don't really have carpet except in our bedroom. And other than that, we do have some rugs. So how often do I vacuum those? Again, that's another thing. It used to be once a week, but now that I'm working more often, it definitely doesn't get done once a week. And I really don't have a schedule for it. I don't have a schedule for that. Maybe I should make a schedule for my cleaning, because if I don't schedule it in, I got to schedule my own house into my schedule too, right? But anyway, that would probably work really well for me. That's how my brain likes things scheduled. I probably so some of these answers are going to be I'm not really sure kind of answers. So I'm going to say once a week things get vacuumed. Now I do use my broom and dustpan all the time, so that might be daily for broom and dustpan, especially around the litter box. That has to be done. But anyway, I can't look at the next question while I'm driving, but I do have it written down, or printed out, I should say. I did just copy and paste them and print them out. But let me get to my job. I will get back with you with the next one. I want to add a little something to the question about vacuuming. So I was thinking we do have carpeting upstairs too. Both rooms upstairs are carpeted. There's two rooms up there, Chase's room and Brendan's room. I never clean up there. I never do anything up there. They do all the cleaning upstairs. There's a vacuum upstairs, and they vacuum their own rooms. They vacuum the steps. So they keep all that clean. So I never, ever do anything upstairs. And actually, John does vacuum every now and then on the weekends too. I really don't like it when he does that, to be honest, because he works two jobs, and I feel like I'm the one that's supposed to be doing that, keeping that done. And I have the sun in my eyes. Hold on. There we go. But anyway, that's just how I was raised. I was raised that the woman does the housework. So, it just kind of bugs me that he works two jobs, and then on the weekends he grabs the vacuum and sweeps the floors. All right, let's move on to the next question. Job one is done. Next question. How often do you wash your animals' water bowls? Probably not as often as I should. I just kind of keep filling it up when it gets low, and every now and then I pick it up and wash it out. So, I mean, I don't have a set schedule for most things these days, but I don't know if I've ever had a set schedule for washing the animal's water bowl. Do I wash it every day? No. I switch it out every now and then to a different bowl. Most of the time I just use the same bowl, and every now and then I throw it in the dishwasher. I do pick it up and kind of like swish it around in the sink with some soapy water. I use a dryer sheet, and then I rinse it out with hot water. I suppose I do that once a week. So let's say once a week for that. Boy, that was a jumbled up answer, wasn't it? Next question is, how often do you clean your toilet? Just so happens that's what I'm doing right now, only it's not my toilet. So I am at work, and another thing I want to say is, did you know that some people don't own a toilet bowl brush? They really don't. But if it's one of my people that don't own one, I ask them if they'll purchase one. And if not, sometimes they don't. But if they don't, I do have those Clorox toilet wands. I have a Clorox toilet wand with the disposable things that you click onto it. And I should probably get some more of those now that I'm thinking about it. Hey, editing Lori, put that on your list. You should probably pick up some more of those. So, how often do I clean my toilet? My toilet gets at least swished around and wiped real quick. Is that what you call the swish and swipe? I believe for the fly lady. I know Vicky Marie did this tag, and that's what she does. She follows the fly lady stuff. So anyway, um, yeah, because we've got 6 people in the house and 1 bathroom. So yes, my toilet gets cleaned a lot. A lot of times when I take my showers, I'll just hurry and just real quick before I get in the shower, I'll put a little bit of toilet bowl cleaner and give it a swish and just let it kind of soak while I'm showering. So, yeah, I do that a lot. And I have like the Clorox wipes in there. They're not Clorox, they're Lysol. But anyway, I just kind of wipe it down real quick with that. But a thorough cleaning, like a real deep clean, is probably once a week, maybe. Yeah, something like that. But around once a week, but daily for a swish and wipe thing. Other people's toilets, gosh, how many toilets do I clean a day? A week. Let's see, how many different toilets do I clean every week? I'll figure that out and I will put that on the screen right now. And that might give you an idea as to why I don't want to go home and clean my own. Next question. I'm all done. I'm all done with this house. Push my little button there. Next question. How often do you clean your shower, your tub or shower? Let me get in my car. So that would be about this. Okay, something's in the way. My door opened back up. That would be about the same as the toilet, I would say. What's in the way? What's the problem here? But yeah, about the same as often as the toilet. Pretty much every time we shower, we kind of do like a quickie clean. And I mean, why is that thing opening back up? Oh, the strap to my cleaning bag was in the way. Okay, goodness sakes. I do kind of a quick clean of the shower every time I take a shower. Even if it's just to spray some cleaner, like at the bottom of my shower curtains, just to keep everything from getting like a bunch of bacteria and stuff all over it. And then probably, I don't know, once every week or two, every couple weeks, maybe, I do a good scrubbing of the bathtub. And I think it was just the question was shower or tub. Yeah, I was going to say the rest of the bathroom. Well, I guess I'm not going to talk about the rest of the bathroom. But anyway, yeah. So, and I say shower curtains. I did say that plural because we do have 2 shower curtains on our tub. We have like the old-fashioned tub with the shower ring, and you have to have a curtain for the back side and a curtain for the front side. Right now, my curtains don't even match, and that is just fine. I don't really care because I mean, they look kind of okay together, I guess, but whatever, they're fine. But every now and then I do take those curtains down and throw them into a hot water wash with bleach in it. And even if they have print or color on them, I still bleach them. And I've never had one bleach out like the color. So, have like bleach spots on it. But yeah, so I do that, and I will throw my shower scrunchies into a laundry bag. It's actually for like bras and stuff. I throw my shower scrunchies in there and I'll wash those with towels in a hot water wash. So keep those clean too. And yeah, so there's that question. Let me see what the next question is, and I'll tell you on my way home, or I'll answer it on my way home. How often do you clean your refrigerator? Ooh, okay. All right. How often do I clean my refrigerator? I honestly don't clean my refrigerator out that often. I mean, I'll wipe up a spill or wipe things out now and then, but to actually take everything out and do a deep clean of the refrigerator, not very often, if I'm being honest. And that's another thing I used to do much more often when I didn't work as much, like when I had a couple of days off a week. That's another thing that I used to do rather often. But now I just kind of clean as needed in my refrigerator. I mean, once in a while, I might take everything off like one shelf and clean the shelf, but to actually take everything out of the entire refrigerator, that doesn't happen much at all. My gosh, there's a lot of traffic. I might as well look at the next question while I'm sitting here at this stop sign. There's anybody behind me anyway. Okay. How often do you vacuum out your vehicle? Okay, so the car wash that I go to, I have a membership to it. So I pay for it monthly, and it has free vacuums. So I actually stop there. I don't know. I don't stop there nearly as often as I stop to go through the car wash, but once in a while I do stop and just sweep it out real quick. And there's been times when I've even just pulled in just to sweep it out and didn't even bother to go through the car wash. I figured I'm not worried about it. I have a membership. If I want to stop and get a free vacuum on my car, I will. And I also know that some people just stop in there that don't have a membership and don't get a car wash and just sweep their car out for free. And I don't know if that's allowed or what, but I've never seen anybody say anything to anybody or heard of anybody being told, "Hey, get out of here. You didn't get a car wash." But anyway, yeah, so in the wintertime, I probably won't even bother to sweep it out because I'm not going to stand outside in the freezing cold and sweep out my car. I'm just not. But I do have a whisk broom that I use, and I just kind of sweep it out with that. It works really well. It's right here. I can reach it while I'm driving and everything. This. It's looking kind of scraggly, but I use it all the time, and I love it. And don't bother if you're going to get one of these. Don't bother to get one of the little cheapos. Get a good one. I don't even know where this came from. I've had it for quite a while, but the cheap ones just don't last. So I didn't look at the next question, but I should have because I'm not going to look at it while I'm driving, but I will. Am I even going to have another stop sign? I'm not going to have a stop sign until I'm almost home. That's kind of cool. I never thought about that. I did have a stop sign. So I did look at the next question. And over to the left, I don't know if you can see. You see the water tower? Just on the other side of the water tower, that's where the rail yard is. Now you're not going to be able to really see it, but that's where the rail yard is. So those things that you can see sticking up are what they pick up the train cars with. But anyway, I don't even know if you can see it now because of the big hill. So next question, how often do you wash your car? And I wash my car quite often, at least once a week. Maybe not always in the winter because it's not always an option. Sometimes it's closed if it's really cold outside, and I don't want everything to freeze on my car anyway. So anyway, yeah, I do that quite often, probably a couple times a week, even in the summer, a lot of times. But like I said, I have the membership, so I can go more often. So anytime I'm in the area, I just go through. And every once in a while, I even show it to you when I'm going through the car wash. So yeah, I do that a lot. My vehicle is dark brown. It's very dark brown. Most people actually think my vehicle is black, but it isn't. It is dark brown, and it needs washed right now. So I need to be getting that done really soon, as soon as I can. Right now, today it's only 27 degrees outside, so it's not going to happen today. Here's that stop sign I was talking about that is almost home. I can see my house from here. But next question is, how often do you dust? Who's parked in that spot? I don't like it when people park in my spot. He's almost in my spot. I have no idea whose truck this is. But all right. He better move before John gets home, or John's not going to have his parking spot. All right. How often do you dust? I dust sporadically. I'm just afraid this guy's going to back into me. That's a huge truck. Okay, how often do I dust? I dust kind of sporadically, honestly. I mean, that's another thing I used to do like once a week whenever I would do like a whole house cleaning when I had more than one day a week off, when I had 2 days a week off. I would do it on one of my days off. But I do feather dust a lot. I go around and feather dust things, but to actually like pick everything up and wipe it down or use furniture polish, I honestly don't do that very often at all. Probably once every couple of months, if I'm being honest. I'm not going to lie to you. But it just doesn't get done that often. And I mean, when I'm cleaning all day long, I don't feel like going home and doing something like that. And I try to make it so that the weekends are free from cleaning, because that's what I do all week. You know what I mean? So other than laundry, I know what the next question is without looking because I already peeked at it. I took a look at it at that stop sign. So you might be thinking, you got 6 people in the house. Why aren't these other people in the house? They're all adults except for one who's 14. So why aren't they doing all these jobs instead of you? Well, honestly, other than the vacuuming, there isn't really anything on the list that they do, but they do help out around the house. Just not necessarily any of those items. I mean, like after showers, they'll like rinse it out and stuff, but they don't like actually clean it. That's what I do that. I do the toilet. They do things like taking out the trash, putting away the dishes, um, taking care of the animals, letting the dog out, making sure they're fed and stuff like that. Um, Maybe that's another reason why I don't wash that water dish very often. No, it's not, because I'm always topping off the water dish. Like I'll put water in the coffee pot and I'll top off the water dish with the rest of that water. But anyway, the next thing, however, is how often do you do laundry? Everybody in my house does their own laundry. I do Hayden's laundry. He puts it away. He has so many hoodies that I'll wash all of his hoodies together, and it makes a whole load. Sometimes more than a whole load. Really, I'm not kidding, depending on how often I wash them. But yeah, so he'll take his hoodies and out of the dryer and hang them up himself, But most of the time I do fold the clothes that need folded. And I always match up his socks for sure, because otherwise he wouldn't care if they matched or not. And that just drives me nuts. Are you one of those that wears unmatched socks? Tell me in the comments below. Do your socks always match? My socks always match. It drives me absolutely nuts to see somebody with socks that aren't matching. But okay. So yeah, everybody does their own laundry. And I do try to keep John's done, because that's another one of those things. Like I said, I was raised that the woman's supposed to be the one doing the housework. But that was, back when the woman also didn't work outside of the house. So, I was just raised that way. But anyway, yeah, I do all of my laundry once a week on the weekend. It's either Saturday or Sunday. But I usually get it done on Saturday. First thing in the morning, I start laundry. That's when I usually do it. Then that way Sunday I can just have a day where I don't have anything I have to do. Towels, so I like to put towels in last. That way, if I don't feel like messing with them, I can throw them in the dryer and leave them there. Next person to do laundry has to fold the towels if they're in the dryer. So that's the way that works. Okay, and fold them and put them away. Sometimes you have to be specific. I know when the kids were younger, I would tell them, hey, when the washer's done, will you take the clothes out and throw them in the dryer for me? Sure. Yeah. Well, you got to tell them to turn it on too. I learned that one. So, who thought? Okay, next question. Let me see. Next question is, how often do you brush your teeth? I brush my teeth so much. I probably brush my teeth 6 times a day. Maybe that's too much. I don't know. I brush my teeth a lot. And I even have a toothbrush with me in my cleaning bag, because sometimes when I'm at work, I'll brush my teeth halfway through the day. I drink a lot of coffee, and I drink iced coffee, and I don't want my teeth to be stained, for one thing, and for another thing, I don't like to have any kind of taste in my mouth. I like to have my teeth brushed often, and I do brush my teeth probably 5 or 6 times a day. I am not sure exactly where I left off in the last clip. I know I was talking about brushing my teeth. I think I was in the car. I came inside. I was in the kitchen. I had my tripod all set up out there, and I was standing there telling you the rest of the answers to this tag, which one was I on? Okay, there's 4 more. I answered all of them. Only I had the receiver plugged into my phone, and I did not have my mic on. So there's no sound in it. I figured it'd just be easier to do it this way than to try to voice that whole thing over. But then I made another video, and the entire thing has no sound. It's like, seriously? I'm not doing this over, because I was opening some friend mail and opening some stuff, and I'm like, well, I can't close it all back up and reopen it and redo this thing. So I'm gonna wait till you see the next video. Or maybe it's gonna be the one after that. I'm not sure where I'm at in posting, but anyway, let's just do this. And this thing behind me, in case you can see, this is not candy. This is actually dog treats. This was in Winston's Christmas stocking, and he loves these treats. He loves them. He's in here right now. He's probably saying, hey, why'd she shut the heater off? He's laying in front of it on his pillow. But okay, let's just move on here. How often do you wash your hair? Once a week. Sometimes more often. Sometimes twice. Rarely 3 times, but I wash my hair once a week for the most part. And the next one is number 14, and it is how often do you shave your legs? Okay, I actually don't normally shave my legs. I use an epilator, so I only have to use that every couple of months, about once every 2 months. Once in a while, I do shave my legs, just kind of touch them up a little bit, but for the most part, I use the epilator. And number 15, how often do you wash your windows? So all of my windows in the house get washed inside and out, spring and fall, so twice a year. Between times, I'll do just kind of like spot clean them or just do like the inside, just the inside only, and usually only the bottom pane because I normally only open my blinds up part way, except the living room. They get opened all the way. And those are the ones that I sometimes have to do more often because of the kitty kisses all over them. Every once in a while you get a Winston kiss on there, but mostly the kitties. The kitchen windows, they get kind of splattered, the ones that are above the sink. So I wipe down the bottom panes of those a lot too. But anyway, twice a year for all of them, inside and out. And the last one is how often do you get your hair cut? Probably every 3 months, I suppose, something like that. Maybe even longer sometimes, maybe even 4 months, maybe even 5. But I always I get my hair cut when it's to the point that it's driving me nuts. I always say that my hair is driving me nuts. I got to get a haircut. I got to make a hair appointment. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, I'll finally make the appointment. So, yeah, I should probably do that a little bit more on a regular basis to keep it from driving me nuts, you know? But anyway, that is it. I'm looking forward to anybody who wants to do this tag. Please let me know if you are going to do it, Suzanne. I hope you do the tag and I hope you have fun with it. Terry, if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, that is just okay with me. So don't even worry about it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.